This is the first time I have even launched this game. Looks sweet already. Let us blast the couple of places. That probably looks all good. Now, one of the things that I'm gonna do real quick is hold on. Yep. I'm gonna duplicate this. Call it game capture, add source, add a new source. There we go. Ooh, there's a cooperative mode. Bring the word of the die trying. So I'm not super familiar with Warhammer. I know some things. Do you want us to let? Yeah, you can. The main story, and we're gonna So here's the thing, I always jump over to story for we're gonna just go story mode. Oh, this is okay. So here's the tricky thing. I don't know what happens if you create a new character. Okay, so there's all the different things. Maybe we do Operative uses intelligence and perception to find and exploit weaknesses in an enemy's defenses. None can withstand an attack from an operative. Core focus, precise single strikes, defense penetration, area debuffs, and consistent firing positions. Analyze enemies, expose weaknesses, dismantling attacks. I don't know what the difference between a heroic act and a desperate action is. Desperate measure. Oh. Intelligence, perception, weapon skill, ballistics, awareness, Medicaid, tech use, logic, lore, and symbols. Hogwarts is a warrior. Charge and endure. Daring, breach. Weapon skill, strength, toughness, agility, and fellowship. Carouse, athletics, coercion, demolition, Medicaid. Hecata. I feel like Darius will be more interesting. I don't know, Cardwiz. I just started. I'm debating between starting a custom character or going with the pre-gen. I don't know what the heck I'm doing in this so far. I just know that these always look really cool. Have you played this at all? I know Rod of Wonder has, and he seems to really enjoy it. And Deathcoon picked it up as well. Lords, Giants, Archetypes. And we're gonna just play around with this and see what happens. This dude seems cool. Yeah, that's accurate. We'll go with that here, I think. Just go with this. Does he have tattoos? He seems like he should have a little eye guy. I don't know that they have an eye dude, though. Gonna make me change the portrait. Because he's definitely got an eye thing here, and he's also definitely not wearing an eye. Well, maybe we do that guy, actually. Oh, you can have up to 5 tattoos. That's cool. It's pretty robust. I mean, it's basically just the Pathfinder stuff with Warhammer instead. Maybe we go tattooless for now. Some of these augmentations are pretty intense. The whole jaw. Just a bolt in the side of your head. Can't even see these because of the hair. Oh, that's on both sides? Eh, I don't want to do it on both sides.
Bring glory to my bloodline!
I am but a vessel for the higher purpose.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Ruinous favor prevails.
The best defense is a good offense.
We'll go pragmatic. Death World. Oof. No, see, here's the thing. Like, I need to get far enough to look at archetypes so that I can actually come up. This is where I wish they would do things a little differently. Reroll with a 20% chance, blah, blah, blah. Never stop shooting. Better to die for the Emperor. Oh, that's interesting. So these bump around. Some of these bump around your characteristic modifiers. Except for that one. I'm maybe gonna do... Maybe I'll do Hive. Okay, here we go. Commissar. This is the tricky thing, is like, I don't know what most of these do.
Could be an opportunity.
All right, we're gonna come back to here. We're gonna do this guy first. I feel like his face is more scarred up than that. Whereas the scar options. Ah, there. See you, Cardways.
I'll make it happen.
Okay, here we go. So he's from a death world. Oh, that doesn't make a ton of sense. His intelligence should be higher, right? I guess he cancels it out there. So his logic's up. His intelligence is 35. Okay, that's not bad. Considering the key thing is okay. We're gonna run with this. Ooh, I like Hiram. Persivaul is good though too. We're gonna do this and start it and learn the game, and maybe we'll come back and do a different character in the future. We did get this on sale. I liked the Pathfinder games, but not enough to play them a whole lot. I put a number of hours into both of them, but I didn't finish either. Which is because I like Pathfinder as a game system, and I don't think it translates super well to a video game. We'll see if Warhammer does.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
You're in dialogue here. You can learn more about current events, influence the character you're speaking to, or even alter the course of the game narrative. Your character's personal story depends on the dialogue choices you make. The dialogue options are displayed on the right. Simply select a reply by clicking or pressing the corresponding digit. Excellent place for contemplation. That's the best view. We're from. There we go. Have we met?
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship rogue trader Theodora von Valancius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Persivaul Stubbs.
My regards. Naturally, the infamy of your achievements in the shadows of an entire sector is not unknown to me. Your enterprising spirit and, if you excuse my bluntness, refusal to die are qualities worth saluting. It is as if you were carried here on the wings of destiny itself.
Voigt smiles faintly, but you are not sure it is directed at you.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor.
We're gonna assume that this works like the other Alka games, so just kind of go
Such
down.
are the traditions of the Imperium.
Yeah.
Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the Gold Emperor's service. And therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader. Indeed, blessed by the God Emperor. Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium.
I see.
But from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
You have a curious title. Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valancius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the one on whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
You say I'm one of the rogue traders' heirs, so there is another candidate.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valancius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Edelthrad von Valancius. Jeez. What a mouthful of a name. That's one of the things I think is interesting about Warhammer in general, but also specifically Rogue Trader. I mean, the UI is fantastic.
Is there money to be made?
Okay.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Some objects can be interacted with in a special way. Hold tab. Yeah, so they have all this stuff.
Keep your wits about you.
Probably should have left that alone so that the engines here could do whatever it was that they needed to do. Okay, so he's gone that way. Oh my god, look at this. Candlelit altar with a copy of the 2,348th volume of the Lex Imperialis. The Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium. Look at inventory. Oh, I have just a revolver. Okay. Cool. And nothing else at all. Cool. Eventually, surely, all of this will start to make sense. Character. Ooh, dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical. Devotion to the corruption and taint of the warp. Belief in the holiness and infallibility of the laws of the Imperium. And belief in the value of human life and freedom. I feel like that's the direction. Okay. So this is the good one, so to speak. And these are the two less good ones. Features, archetypes. Ooh, okay. Okay, so I think we're playing basically a rogue. We'll figure it out though. No reputation with anybody. And he doesn't really have a biography yet. Had a right of blood. Rogue trader Theodora von Valancius desires to personally meet with the person recently brought aboard her flagship. A storm is brewing over the dynasty. The Lord Captain has something important to share with her heir, if she ever gets the chance. Following map. Oh, here's the tutorial things. We'll look at that later. Except I'm gonna read those on my own time. Cargo management. Interesting. And then we have the formation, which we'll mess with later on.
One of the von Valancius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Okay, sure.
What's happening?
Nope, we're involved already.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Your demise is already calculated.
First of all, shoot. Oh, I missed. Missed. Wow. Ooh. All battles in the game are turn-based and take place on a grid on their turn character. Move, attack, and use their abilities. So move. Movement points determine how far you can move on your turn. attacks. Analyze.
I'll see to it personally.
Oh, and I missed. Kill that thing. You know, I'd really like it if you just shoot the dude. Like that. Whoa, that was a crit. Are you gonna... Make attacks and use abilities in combat. The character must spend action points. Total is displayed on the on the panel at the bottom of the screen. Every attack or ability has a certain action point cost associated. Number of squares to attack. First, click it. Yeah, I did this already. Doesn't the parameter of the weapon.
Your end was inevitable.
Nice.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
I would like to search them if I can.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Short-circuiting of the motive focus. It's not all that helpful, actually. Windows looking in the next room, not outside of the wedge. We looked at that. We're going to look at this one. It's a crystal, a violet alloy, which upon closer examination turns out to be handicraft objects. Symbols carved with a primitive tool are visible on the surface. I need to... Is there a options display? No. Okay. I want to... I'd like to make that last longer if I can. I don't know if that's a thing that I can affect, though. I don't think it is. Tarantula sentry gun constructed with the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus using a standard template construct in the manufactorums of Chiava Gamma. Lehman Russ battle tank reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor, the first to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Vortes Cton. It's like it stays for just a second or two, not long enough. A black shard resembling obsidian. If you look closely, you can discern a strange, barely perceptible glow inside the artifact. A massive golden amalgam interspersed with sparkling particles. A stone on the pedestal is no doubt solid, but surface shimmers and changes hues. Someone has captured a piece of turbulent sea in the rock.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
This exhibit is unfinished. Another symbol of House von Valancius' valor will be displayed here at some point. Only servants. Strange object that resembles sea coral. The porous surface is pitted, a sign that it has been underwater.
I always keep my options open.
A gray-green crystal with white veins, a low hum can be heard coming from the artifact. I assume this is the way we're supposed to go. Bunch of dudes over here. Thing. Whoa! We saw this earlier, actually, just from a different place. I'm assuming this is the direction we're supposed to be going. Glory to the only Messiah, giver of knowledge. Uh-huh.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
We're gonna survey the room. Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin, stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. Mechanical or electronical cybernetic substitute for biological limbs or organs. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valancius' features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible, head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Behind the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate, electronic digital storage device. The other is a behemoth, bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time.
Good to see
The
you.
mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is,
What would you
do with this poisoned treasure?
Passive skill test, character skills. Okay, this is the same as Pathfinder. I have passed these two. Ooh, it is out of 100. That's awesome. There are 6. Lord Xenos. Those spirits could well be the native's name. those spirits could well be the natives' names were dangerous aliens. I will first verify if that is indeed the case, or if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship. Or Lord Warp. There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Aeon 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychos to do so, but it will give us the answer. If my particular life experiences are any indication, some of the natives would eagerly betray their... probably not that one. Eagerly betray their chieftains in exchange for a quiet life serving on board my ship. I would then leave dealing with Aeon 6 to those who know it best. These reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy. However, I would put my interests first, no matter what it means. I would have to use the riches of Aeon 6 would be mine. Aeon 6 must be purged for the good of the Imperium. I shall exterminate their heretical beliefs and otherworldly powers that rule the native apostates. Or I do not know. Let's see. Xeno worship.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
It's true, but if they're there...
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Edelfrad. We are both servants to the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? I find your tone most disagreeable, Edelfrad. Kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences. Or shut your mouth, Edelfrad, before I decide to shut it for you. I'm gonna go with 2. We are both servants.
Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are sorely...
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I don't know a whole ton about Warhammer, so this is interesting.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Yep, sure it did. Bye. I mean, you have a chainsword. That's the coolest thing about you.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent for me? That could be disrespectful. There are questions I wish to have answered. I think that could be disrespectful too. 3. I do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that. We'll do that one.
Clarity. A luxury that few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity.
The God Emperor.
And my rights and freedoms
Skulls
are
for the
vindicated
skull,
by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
So I played a Starfinder campaign a little while ago. Starfinder is kind of Dungeons and Dragons in space. I played a goblin who had a particular understanding of mechanical things that rivaled mystical quality. So if he painted things red, they would go faster or deal more damage or something along those lines. Like put fire on it, it would go faster. Like it was literally just I was interpreting an orc. And it was
It is
wonderful.
my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, Resources, people, riches, and mysteries.
I know there's
is
a
mine
ton
by
to this.
right.
The Black Library is
I command
enormous.
millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Von Valancius blood in their veins and a
Just one.
rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
As long as Edelthrad isn't the other one, we'll be fine. He probably is.
Oh, yes. You would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Yeah, but you're gonna wind up giving it to me anyway because plot armor.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Oh. Did I
His
hear you
kinship
correctly?
to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Wait, do you have problems with Voidgear? Because he seems nice so far, even if he didn't do anything in that fight. That sounds like the sneaky mech boys. Days knows the magic that makes the machines work. He's always stood by the war boss. Yeah. I thought about trying to do an Adeptus Mechanicus type, but
Naturally.
I don't know enough
Some
about it.
have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
If you're satisfied with Edelthrad, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis
We
expanse.
were a crime boss, it seems.
One could not in good faith describe your background as one of exemplary service to the Imperium. However, I am intrigued by you and your past. To have survived and prospered between the letters of the law is a rare achievement among those in our circle. You are skilled in the art of taking risks and cutting corners. Trust me when I say that you will have sufficient opportunity to apply this talent for the good of the house.
Interesting.
Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the
Interesting.
service of the Von Valancius dynasty,
Orcs is the best. Orcs is the
well,
strongest.
so much the better.
I like the idea of a culture who just make their ships go faster because they paint them red and believe that that will do it.
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me.
Abelard.
Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
And that makes it way more interesting.
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Very well.
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Sounds like something you're hoping for.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall
can
yet
make this
apprise
space
you of the
marine work.
purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
Now here's the thing, Cobbles. Did we do 3? Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir. I don't really want to, and I don't feel like this character comes from a void world, a death world, whatever they call it. So he's already a little bit more oriented towards iconoclast slash even heresy, maybe. I don't think he would necessarily kowtow and kiss boots. I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to just do 4. I think I will.
In that case, I shall head to...
That sounds
Disturbances
like a problem.
reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Well, good. Oh boy.
No mercy to those who oppose von Valancius!
Come to chaos!
Emperor, protect me!
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. I took care of this one.
Oh.
Break their morale! Death to the heretics! Death to non-believers! See
Just
my
a
great
minus
works
setback.
out of my way!
There's a lot of them.
Who if not me? You never stood a chance. My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
So I could do Surefire Plan. I don't think I need to.
Will of chaos.
Death to the weak!
Oh, okay, it's running. Okay. This is running down.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Name them. Make them bleed.
Whoa. Was that plasma? I want to know what that was. I want one of those.
Die!
Sheesh. Oh. Kill them. 50 plus ballistic skill until the end.
On it. I'll see to it personally. Your end was inevitable.
Chaos guides me!
You think he would learn not to go there? So that guy's probably dead. Oh. Bye-bye.
Follow my lead.
Beautiful. Now I want to loot people, but it won't let me.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Doing it real quick. Oh, yeah, this power is also mixed.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
We're doing too. Space Wolves, our bosses are pretty much Spartans. So yeah. Oh, Space Wolves. Okay. I know of a few. Obviously, there's the Ultramarines, the blue guys. There's also, I think, is it Blood Angels?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
I would love to loot people, but I don't think I get.
Let us not dawdle.
I feel like it went this way, but... Oh, I see.
Is there money to be made?
There's more. Okay. I went the right way. I didn't say I liked them necessarily. I just know of them. Is that Edelthran? Oh no, it's Void.
Ah, thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Actually, I think... I want to say Space Wolves are the ones that I found most interesting.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here in the warp? Mutiny against the Emperor's Anointed? Well, heretics would do it. That's easy. Mutiny against the Emperor's Anointed. Execute the traitors. That's maybe a little too Puritan. We must provide immediate assistance to those still in the middle decks. And if this is indeed a severe case, maybe 3.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
That's...
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both
There's a Sister of Battle?
At my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? Then move out! Mort, come.
Taking Void. Yeah. Sisters are battling. Yeah, they're cool. So the thing that I have done...
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
need a better not family. Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk. I have a proposition since I'm the more important person. You can go in front. Shield me from potential threats. I shall make do. Lead the way. There's a game. Interesting. So tabbing out. Okay. So that instantly shut off the sound there. I'm still learning the way that my thing works. There is another Warhammer 40 game called Warhammer 40k Inquisitor. I have played a bit of that. And you as an Inquisitor, you can play a Space Marine or a Sister of Battle or a Adeptus Mechanicus or one or maybe another thing. The Sister of Battle is really fun.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Oh, really? Oh, because Space Marines have all been men so far? Woo! Didn't see that coming. And Voidveer just... Interesting. Oh, kicked up right. Okay.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing.
What is the meaning
you
of
are back
this?
with us, I see. Delightful. You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel.
Oh, we're gonna
An
poke him.
ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
I need to do something real quick, which is gonna mess with the audio. Oh, no. What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, fond Valancius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for? Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my masters sent me for. The Warrant of Trade.
I'm not gonna help him.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
Fine, I'll do as you require, but I will find a way to make you pay for this, you filth.
I doubt it, my dear. But that's enough talk.
We're gonna examine the device. Carefully inspect the design of the gate, Cogitator. What immediately catches your eyes is a strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. I got experience. Servitor is noticeably different from the ones you're used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems as though the creators of Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service of life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. It's completely empty and perfect working condition. Area of broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed. You're beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, cracking like static. Is it the Sentinel, the Cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Who is this? Yes, I do require assistance. I suppose this is the onset of the warp madness they warned me about. I must have lost my mind. Who is this?
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require assistance?
Yes, Sentinel. Traitors threaten my life and the safety of the warrant.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Whoops.
Well, there is
Jeez.
still another way.
I want to look at that. Still red hot from gunfire, the engines of death corrodes as they finish off the heretics that infiltrated the sanctum. Now we go in here. Enormous gates match the importance of the thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy metal and look impregnable. Is that the warrant? Good grief. That's so cool. It's like a big scroll. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them and their dynasty and myself to be the paragon of humanity unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness to unite and reclaim what was lost. To triumph over nightmares untold, to hold the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through the path through pain to greatness.
Escort the child of the house to safety. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
There's a ton,
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection. Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Oh.
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house, and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Very cool. I need a
Distance
weapon.
from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
It makes no sense lore-wise as the 21 Primarchs were made in a gene lab using the Emperor's DNA. These Primarchs have their DNA used in a gene lab to make Space Marines. The 20 factions half split during the Horus Heresy, leaving 10 Space Marine factions and guys. Yeah, I was aware of that. There are so many candles. Well, we're leaving. Come on, buddy. And seal.
Master.
Beloved?
What? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad Boitvier is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
Intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
So it would seem, but he's not here with mutiny camp.
Indeed. Indeed. That is easier said than done, of course. But seeing one of Lady Theodora's heirs alive inspires at least some degree of optimism.
Well, he's a green circle. He's friendly. Woohoo!
I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Oh.
Here.
Your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character suffered an injury after being attacked by Conrad. Receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds within 1 round. Use medkits to receive blah blah blah.
What advice do you seek? This wound will make a fine scar.
I'll make sure to return the favor one day. Always keep your eye on the prize.
I'm at your service. Let me help.
I won't forget this. I know how to take risks.
New weapons or armor. To view the parameters of an item, hover over it. If you want, you can right click. Yep. He's wearing some armor and he's got a chainsword. Very cool.
I won't stand for it. I won't compromise my principles.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance.
That's fine.
The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Well, we need to get to the box thing.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the Navigator and the Master Helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the Navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive. Lady Theodorus. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, Navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the Navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Vox cast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive.
That would be the Warrant Sentinel.
You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warrant Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warrant Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same? During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Very well. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved.
Here we go.
Onward!
Venerate the dead! You have the next offering!
Run, fools, or fall!
You'll make a suitable sacrifice!
Combat begins with the tactical phase. So you cannot attack or take.
Death to non-believers! Out of my way!
We make them move to us. At least right now. He's a warrior. We're going to strike or cleave. I want to wind up there.
Indeed. One fewer tongue.
Death to the weak!
I bring ruin! Ah!
Combat abilities depend on their archetype. Deadeye shot. %50 bonus to effective range and a 10 plus 10% chance to hit. Oh, it's 1 versus. So shift 2.
It's as good as done.
Bang.
I serve the ruinous powers.
We're gonna wind up cleaving that.
ruinous powers!
I've suffered worse.
Ooh, he hurt his buddy.
Chaos guides me!
Oh yeah. We're cleaving this.
Victory is imminent. Dominance achieved.
Oh, amazing.
I'll make it happen. My gut tells me it's a bad idea. Another enemy down.
Boom. Yeah, it's all thinly veiled. Ooh, I can level up. All right. New abilities, talents, skill improvements, etc. Well, we're gonna do that if it lets us. One rank available in operative. Oh, okay. So it's gonna. Okay. Cool. Logic is currently 45. Tech use is 55. Awareness is pretty high. I feel like we want logic up. Because that puts it to 40. Well, that'll put it to 55. Yeah. Cool. And we go here and we go warrior. So he can bump his strength. So he's got. I think we want to do athletics to make that better.
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
Now we can do all the looting. Trophies. Okay, so cargo goes on the left. How's that compared? That's pretty much not great. I'm gonna take that. That way. I think.
I always have a backup plan.
Oh, and now I need to. Where is it? Formation. We're gonna do one of these for now. And I'm gonna go last. Oh, wrong dude. Last pistol there. Just in case. I gonna make the jump. You're gonna have to toss me. My favorite thing to do with dwarves is use an Austrian accent, actually. Because it's Matt Mercer is the one that like has made it so that everybody thinks
rise to the top or get
Scottish
left in the
people
dust.
use or dwarves use that. So several points available eventually. Got it. We're gonna go to the navigator sanctum. Probably not. Ooh, look at all the warp energy. That's the thing that I wanted to put on the other guy before.
I always keep my options open.
The Navigator's Sanctum is directly along the passageway. I pray to the God Emperor that we are not too late.
Was that a Sister of Battle?
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks
I take it you
and
got
fall
safely
victim
where you're
to a
going?
whim of fate.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
That's funny.
Sorry, old man.
Yep.
The voices
She's a
are
sister
so
of
loud
battle,
I
I
can't
think.
even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker
Oh,
and
she's a
diviner
psyker. Never
of
mind.
Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final
This is just blood
dawn.
dripping down the
And in
walls.
the roaring blaze,
Gross.
I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer. The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But
that
now,
comes fast.
with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Maybe.
Officers frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officers' deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officers' deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Ethelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Ethelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or
We
body
can
to the
get the
mercy of the
navigator.
warp,
Let's
then
make
he
sure the
can still
navigator's
hold
okay.
on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
How do you know who I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
Flinch at the seer's words, no doubt she is referring to the night inflicted upon your body. Muscles contract involuntarily as if stealing themselves once more in inevitable pain. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
We must save the Navigator as well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't...
It's actually relatively easy.
...peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed.
Is that any better?
At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble... while we're still alive.
I'll probably actually, like... I know what I'll do. I'll leave it where it is here. This is what I should have done earlier and forgot to do. I have a tendency to actually drop the sound. I have a tendency to drop the sound so that it's a little bit better. We want to put her here. Psychic staff. And she has a las pistol and an armored body.
Let us not dawdle.
Seems like we can't go through this door. Oh, that's the... okay. Oh, there's a psyker there, too.
The
Hey.
Emperor is with us! Crush him!
First of all, there. Right here. Adira right here.
Hold on!
My ears are ringing.
I am your doom.
Death to non-believers! I've faced worse than this.
Adira is a psyker and an operative. As an operative, she can study opponents and identify their weakness. Allows her to damage them. Exploit effect to all enemies. Yep. Oh. We're going to study you. And we're going to try and lightning blast you. Oh, he maybe needs to be like right next to us.
But of course. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
That's what we wanted.
Crush the feeble!
Out of my way!
We're gonna cleave those guys. I need to move. To here.
Let's make some opportunities.
Analyze you. And then hope
On
to
it.
shoot him. There it is.
It will be done. Reduced to dust.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Analyze you. And we're gonna smack ya.
Farewell.
Vespiadas. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink, parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have grown, or that have too many joints for a normal human being. Oh yeah, they do. The navigator's breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the two dark gill-like slits on its cheek. The creature's eyes are shut, two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead.
I believe Master Vespidas still lives. Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Just one. But, you know.
Master Vespidas.
Your time is short.
What time is short?
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
I want to help you. Tell me how.
Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on. And wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman. Then I will commence the translation. So, run. Run. The urge.
Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, this shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
A rite. A sacrifice offered. Oh. My heart tells me that Kunrad was not deterred by his defeat in the warrant chamber.
He did say there was another way.
What? Kunrad betrayed Lady Theodora? But how is that? How? He was as loyal as a dog. And I didn't hear a thing, I swear.
The footfalls of the bringer of twilight are failed by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. See who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer.
The ship can only
Well,
begin the
Lord, let's
translation
go.
with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the
So we
servers
have to
got
do that.
relayed to us earlier.
Vespaidas. Good luck. And thank you.
The navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed eyelids, and the vox at the base of the chair is bellowing out static, interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter. Navigator appears dead, only a slight movement of his chest and the twitching of his eyelids let you know that he is still clinging to life. We got axes, we got scrappy auto guns. And we'll cargo those. Axe. Higher penetration, but it's not so great. And how's the psychic staff? It's the same. Okay. Is there anything else to do here?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Don't think so. Run back through here. This is probably still locked. Nothing a good bolter round can fix. Unless the navigator picks the will of the chaos gods. Yep. I want a bolter.
Keep your wits
I
about
do.
you.
We're going to the officer's deck. So Darius had the highest.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
I shall pity not your enemies.
There's the sister of battle.
Not their pleas.
There we go.
Shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my emperor.
There she is. The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hands, and for a brief moment, it seems she is not going to stop. Everyone instead continuing eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta. Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you.
Battle trance.
We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Percivaul von Valancius, the Lord Captain's heir. And just who are you to be so brazen about your inquiries? I shall introduce myself after you do the same.
The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you.
Now
Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics.
We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelstrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I'm no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution.
I count on it.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
I was a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing about a rogue tradership. Your orders serve the ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Cool. Who are these people with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck Ale 84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran.
I could always turn myself up slightly.
Just about
That might
every
help.
enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
What is happening on the officers' deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
Heck yeah. And she's got a bolter.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Interesting. The crew need more powerful weapons for the coming battle. Maybe something suitable can be found. Tox dispenser module. Auxiliary plasma banks. A well-maintained sniper rifle. That's better. By the right of blood.
I always keep my options open.
I need to put you over here. Oh, that's okay. That's the way she fought through.
Rise to the top.
That door, I think, was stuck. Salvage Omni Processor. Yeah, so we have to go this way. Ooh, and the door closed. There's goods over here. Something to be looked at there. Great.
Always keep your
More
eye on the
enemies
prize.
to face judgment. We are truly blessed this day. All of you will bleed!
Argenta there. Persivaul here. Put you here. And the Adira we're gonna put there.
Such is the will of chaos.
Nothing.
Lightning. Beautiful. And he goes, ah! Full and partial. Yep, I know this. Which one are you? You're that guy. We're gonna pick you to kill them.
Who if not me?
Sorry, buddy.
I'll see to it
Bang.
personally. Your end was inevitable.
Woo, more people. Cool. I want to know what that is. Oh, why do they get to... Now they get to move? Whatever.
Death to the weak!
Bring ruin.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
Argenta is the warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas and a soldier. She's an expert with burst range weapons. It's also her mobility. So if she can get over here-ish.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
We can then go like this.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
There we go. Perfect. And she's already in cover.
I serve the ruinous powers.
So that's your mistake for picking the wrong person to shoot at. We are gonna move you to there.
I know what is to come. Will do.
I think we can hit him from here. No, we can't. But we can hit her. Good. We're gonna go to there. Gonna analyze you.
It's as good as done. Another enemy
Yep.
down.
Cool.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated.
Yep. Eradicated. An exact replica of the von Valancius white ship. Oh, cool. These are all guns. Scrappy auto guns and swords. Yep.
Keep your wits about you.
Yep. We need to go over here
Over
to
there.
check these. Ooh. Cool. Machine write set. And a multi-key. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Those seem useful. Possessed demon engine heart. To be fair, that was in line with the tabletop rules. If a unit enters the table from outwards upon landing, they get a cover move usually. Yeah, it did. We have some of that too.
I always have a backup plan.
It's nice that they're actually sort of using the rules. Tells them not to disappear in gold. Library contains imperial theology, blah blah blah. Now we're just running around. Cozy seating area is completely destroyed. Goods. Rolls of synth leather, set of icons, void sweat ale? It is void sweat ale. Gross.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Join me in prayer.
I love the cargo aspect. Like, one of the big problems that you have to juggle in the Pathfinder ones, electrified shardnet. This is cool. One of the problems in the Pathfinder stuff is that you wind up having to juggle all of your trophies like in your actual inventory, which is a real pain in the butt. Tech use. Who has the best tech use? He does. So theoretically, he needs those. He's got the best lore too.
Is there money to be made?
It won't open. The damned heretics have blocked the door, trembling at the thought of our approach.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
I'm sure a melter charge would help. Oh, there's something. To open a jammed door, click on the icon. I'm pretty sure we can do it. Your character is about to make a tech use skill test and dialogue during exploration. It's determined by rolling one. Well, it's technically determined by rolling two 10-sided dice, but oh, there's a door here too. I want to open this one first.
I always get the job done.
Restore the power supply. That seems useful.
My options open.
Oh, that's the other door. Okay. Goods. Servo skull anti-gravitic impeller. Anointed purity seal wax bottles. Catechism of St. Drusus. Plastic crystal cores. And we have an operator's gloves and melter charges. Very good. Well, considering as we are the operator, we're taking the tech use.
Keep your wits about you.
That's the big reason I went with this guy. I wanted to make sure I had somebody that would be able to open stuff. Do the tech use.
Just as I planned.
Ooh, shotguns and multi-keys. Multi-keys, great. Ooh, okay. We're gonna collect the shotgun and then figure out who to give it to. And yep, we'll just, those are great.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
And now we go to the other side of the room. Just in case. No, that's right. That was the library thing. We need to look at the shotgun. Solid projectile. Rate of fire, max ammo. Prereqs must not have Adeptus Astartes equipment, Drukari, or Eldari. Well, theoretically, we can all use it. She's got an auto pistol and unfading valor. I have a las pistol and a sniper rifle. I might do that. Give him the las pistol as a sidearm option.
I always have a backup plan.
Blow up the door.
The Emperor favors.
Ooh, we got a level up. Which we're gonna do now. I got exposed weakness. Operative removes all exploits from the target, decreasing the target's dodge, parry, and armor by those. Cool. So she'll have the same thing. He gets endure until the warrior's next turn. All incoming damage is reduced by his toughness bonus divided by 2, which his toughness is 50, so divided by 20. That's 25. Gains a bunch of extra hit points. And she gets Revel and Slaughter. Immediately removes winded effect. Gains plus 10 ballistic skill. 5 plus 2 times those 85 critical critical damage. 40% critical hit chance increase. I will look in just a second. It's pretty high. Her perception is 45. It may not be that high compared to... It's the same as mine is, but we're the same class, so that kind of makes sense. Her awareness is pretty high, though.
Let us not dawdle. That's how it's done.
Oh, it's a helmet. 5% more armor. Useful. Who is... Let's see, we got 15, 35, 15, and 25. Maybe we give it to her, because she's the one I plan to have up near stuff. Fallen's delays block the path to the lifts. We have to go this way.
Is there money to be made?
Pay attention.
Ooh. A multi-key. Cool. Benches and even the cogitator. Torn from its proper place or stacked in a rough semblance of barricade. Cobbles, if you've played the game, actually, it might be helpful having you around for building characters. Oh, is that gonna... Yep. Great. Oh no. Oh no. The roar of the flames rings in your ears and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You're surrounded by an ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. Then you see the figure walk out of the fire toward you. It's Theodora van Valancius.
Are you lost, my heir?
Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, the other is raised in an inviting gesture.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
This is impossible.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that
I waited for it to
knowledge
be on
with you.
sale.
That power over reality.
I more meant your awareness of the way that the actual, like, mechanics of the Warhammer 40k world and characters and stuff works might be useful.
Show you a path, rid of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart. If you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects.
I like Argenta.
His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel.
Dogmatic, Iconoclast, and Heretical. Yup. Alrighty. Here's the question. I want to go Iconoclast, I think. Because this is not the character that... Like, I have a character in mind that will be dogmatic. And probably also a heretical one, but this isn't it. I think I want to do Iconoclast. You look away. No, Death's World. Charging straight through it turns him into a Puritan, which doesn't seem right. Seeing as this character was a crime lord who, like, turned a whole system to his side. You look away and the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn, and the voice of the people beyond the shrouds of smoke grows stronger. Hey, Sita, long time no see. And hopeful, once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors in your determination, you completely forget about Theodora, and when you turn your head, you see nothing but the bellowing fire. Fall back to go around.
Where did she go? The thing standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
Ah, you were sick.
To the same place all unholy visions go.
Yeah.
Do you
I'll
want to
show you in just a second, Cobbles. Okay, they're done talking. Cool. We have biography. Nope. Where is it? Okay, so this is, so most of them look like this, Homeworld and Origin. We did not get a chance, like, we're playing a pre-built character because I wanted to figure out how everything worked before we actually did stuff. Yes, it's Warhammer. So he is from a death world. So he's hardy and resilient. But then he's a crime lord. And this is this character. I didn't make these choices. He has an apex of brilliance, so he turned an entire star system to his help. But then he got tortured by a bunch of people after I don't know, something happened. So my thinking there was, sure, he's from a death world and might charge through it because he's tough, but he's a crime lord. He's out for himself. And he's too smart to just run through something. He wants to look out for other people because of the opportunities they pose. And the Shadow of Torment could be some fire-related stuff. It's kind of an addiction. So Cobbles Sita is from Scotland, the UK, where...
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Ooh, we could crash the platform. This is a little bit more like... This isn't from Scotland,
I
but...
myself through my service.
She is, which is interesting.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
We're gonna go here to check these goods. No, I don't want to.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak. Without us.
One or the other, hopefully. We'll find out.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge.
Yeah, maybe we should.
At the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
Make it to the meeting. We did not make it to the meeting. It's fine.
Keep your wits about you.
Check the goods. Yep. Is that the secret lift?
I always keep my options open.
Oh, that's the fire. Oh, we can't go down there. Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
So I think it's this, right? Because this doesn't... That's not the secret lift. Where is the secret lift?
Or get left in the dust.
Oh no, that's right, they went through there. So yeah, we need to go this way.
Nothing escapes my sight.
Oh, that's the secret lift. Okay.
This is intriguing.
Look at all the cargo. More in says go to die, all of us. It's good to die, all of us. Ooh, Lex Mechanics goggles and machine right sets. Okay. Logic. What's logic? Where is that? Oh, there. Okay. That's int. Once again, gotta go to the boy.
Is there money to be made?
That's funny. It's just the build of the character. To the secret thing. Also, you can kill them all. Yeah, we're having fun so far. I don't know much about this. Is there money to be made? It's the pragmatic voice. I'm essentially playing a sort of version of Abdul again, which is, in fairness, is kind of my basic way of trying to play these. I want to go room by room. She does not seem to be in here. Is she in here?
Keep your wits about you.
Anything in here? Just a really nice bedroom. Ah, it's a dead dude. And another dead oh, that's her. Great. Fantastic. A bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board. The light smooth surface of the object is dotted with dark spots and crumbling holes.
I always keep my options open.
Helmet of the Devoted Protector. Ah, that's... Yup. It's gotta be her. Which unfortunately drops the armor a little bit. So we're gonna give it to her, and put that on him. Ooh, have their own conviction ranks. Well, so she's dead. That's pretty obvious. Theodora's Rosary. Wearer of this amulet gains a +10 bonus to Commerce and Lore Imperium. My commerce is not great. His commerce is pretty decent. That's because my fellowship isn't so great. +5 fellowship. I have a decent Lore Imperium. Oh, she has a really good Lore Imperium. We're going to give it to her for now. Because it bumps the commerce way up too. Ooh, somebody's murdered. Yeah, the music's cool. Theodora von Valancius' body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Giant bath with a bunch of casting couches. Sheesh, cobbled. That's awful.
Lord Captain. Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
I doubted Voidsphere wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world.
So was I.
He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me.
Very well.
And I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye, a heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you examine it. You notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered by the floor. Adira, would you try touching her? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul.
There's been a
murder.
murder.
We saw on the officer's deck. I won't risk searching for it in the warp.
A murder. We'll inspect the shards. It's difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Cobbles, I know who Kevin Bridges is. Kevin Bridges. I think that's his name. Comedian. Because I've watched a fair amount of what is that? There's an interview show with an Irish guy hosting that I can't remember the name of at the moment. Graham Norton show. I've watched a lot of the Graham Norton show. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had submerged in promethium. What is promethium? Broad term for combustible fuel of the Imperium of Man. Adira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
I've also watched a lot of Mock the Week.
Tainted witchcraft.
It's probably directed at Adira. Frankie Boyle. Yeah, he's a weirdo. Auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. The safety on the arch-militant's weapon is off. Killer must have been a split second quicker than he. Inspect the papers. Ooh, handwritten letter with a seal. Reports, accounts, dispatches. Go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It's a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar. And it says, Esteemed Theodora, a change in circumstances demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith, upon receiving this letter and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart for the Ricad system. One of my acolytes, Interrogator Henriks van Kalox, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will, without delay, make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you. After which, you will provide him passage to the Forabundus system aboard your ship. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. XC. And sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter, addressed to her, signed it with the seal of one of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition, or an Inquisitor, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly haunts heretics, Xenos, and other enemies of humanity. We'd best be on our way.
Yes, the crucible of battle. No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this.
It's not like she has a heart.
I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Good. Now we go to the bridge. Which is this way? Yes. Probably over there.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Oh.
The whispers are getting louder.
Whoa.
Your Emperor won't save you.
Armor protects your character from incoming damage. Light and medium are both available to you at the moment. Some talents allow characters to use different types of armor more effectively. When have I obtained heavier armor? Oh, it's a combat servitor. What is... Oh, Uber Space. Yeah.
I will do my duty. Reduce to dust.
I'll make it happen.
Mm-hmm. He's got heavily damaged. Okay. I'm gonna want to throw that way. Grants momentum. We're gonna do this.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Bang, 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 bang. Oh, we missed the one guy. That's fine.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
I don't fully know what that does, but we are doing it. We are also analyzing you. And then we're doing this to you.
Was that you?
Oh, okay. You can hit your friend. That's good to know. I did not know this. Dismantling attack. Immediately inflicts one exploit on all enemies in combat, then makes a free attack against a target. Attack always hits until the end of combat. The target of this attack suffers. Oh, cool. It can be used as a heroic act or a desperate measure. Okay. If that kind of art fits, yeah. Okay, so now we have this big old thing. So they're intentionally giving us some things that have some bonus. Exposed weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and willpower by 3 times my int bonus. What is my int bonus? By 9 for 1 round. Tide of Excellence. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, operative gains additional damage and armor penetration. Exposed weakness costs nothing. Whenever the operative attacks an enemy that is at full, that attack deals 10 plus my perception bonus for more damage. That seems good. That actually seems really good. Instant exposure would maybe be good down the line. We're gonna do that. So he's got Daring Breach. Immediately restores all action points and movement points and gains an agility bonus. Has no limit on melee weapon attacks, so he can just attack a whole bunch of people. That's cool. Contempt. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior, then the warrior's next melee damage deals additional 5. Deals an additional 3 to enemies that have nobody near them. Has less than 50, gains... Okay, so that's if he takes a lot of damage. Gains increased damage deflection. Whenever he's attacked, he gains a stack at the start of their turn. Okay, that's just extra health. It runs rampant with a chainsword. Exactly. Oh, without the Medicae skill. Little things. Yeah. No, it's still that way. It is still that way, Sita. We're gonna do Contempt. Because this is particularly... Oh, it's his toughness damage. Okay. She gets the same thing, but then... Tide of Excellence. Weak body, weak soul. Ooh. We're gonna do instant exposure for her. And then... Soldier gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to their weapon's rate of fire, minimum of 2, using the weapon attack that normally costs the least AP. These attacks do not spend AP. Oh, that's cool. Available to... Wow, she's got a bunch. Unpredictable. Increased critical hit chance. Doubled unless she's protected... If she's protected by cover. Rapid reload. Reload costs less. Rack and Ruin. After she deals 3 damage to 3 different enemies, she gains more damage for their next attack. Whenever she deals damage, critical damage is increased. Cover efficiency is increased. For each adjacent ally, she deals more damage. I'm thinking either exploit surroundings or rapid reload. I think exploit surroundings.
Let us not dawdle.
Grace of the Oblivious gains 5 toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. Las pistols. I don't feel like I want those. Gains 5 toughness if the intelligence is less than 35. That is perfect for him. Because his stuff is based on toughness, I believe.
Is there money to be made?
Is there money to be made? Yep, because Was it him? No, not you. Features. Yeah. I mean, I have one already, but I don't feel like I need it. To the bridge. Where we grab the goods. Lore warp.
Success is the only outcome.
Horrific vision is a product of the warp energies that permeate the bridge. I don't think I can go over here. I think we have to go. Oh, there's Edelthrad. He doesn't look good.
First sacrifice opens the eye.
Oh, hi, Voitvir.
The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
He doesn't look good.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But
Oh,
if
dear.
there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader.
Theodora von Valancius is dead. I found her in the Archmilitant in her
God,
study.
Emperor, preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end.
I know. That's. I want a plasma pistol.
Along with the warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
The ship can still be steered out of the warp, but we must first restore communication between the bridge and the navigator's sanctum.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
Good. He does the second one. And now he's going to do the third.
We are out of time.
Ready your weapons. If we are to die this day, let us die with honor. Voitvir, you duplicitous cur, the rogue trader's death will be avenged. To Edelfed, that complicates things.
No. To die altogether is to allow the flame of the dynasty to perish in the dark. No. It will not be like this. Not today. The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell. Accursed traitor! A time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder. Remember my words, that they are the vow of he who marches toward his death.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Ooh, get him, psyker. Uh-oh. Chaos monster. Great.
Challenges make the spoils that much sweeter.
Jeez.
Who, if not me? Your end was inevitable.
Okay. We're gonna wait. Should have delayed somehow there. Shoot him back. There we go.
Follow my lead.
You're gonna also analyze.
Anything else? What, of course. Be gone.
Oh, interesting.
Stay vigilant.
I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Oh, hold up. That's shift 2. Just kidding.
It will be done.
Charge!
My faith shields me.
Nurgle definitely entered the fray there. Jeez.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Gloves of Endurance. Whenever the wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious, allies get a bonus to damage. It requires Iconoclast follower. Each heroic act used in battle increases their dodge. And a blade shard. Cool. I feel like we give her that one. Maybe we'll give him that for now. So the dude disappeared.
Keep your wits about you. I always have a backup plan.
Oh, the bridge is clear now. I guess we can go over here now.
Persivaul, Master Helmsman, system status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing.
Born as the Chaos God of Blood and Death,
Well,
Nurgle is the
there's a
Chaos God of
tricky
Disease and
question.
Pestilence. Senech
The old place is so
the Chaos
overgrown
Architect
with
of
foul
Fate.
wickedry.
Bunch of
We'll be
Psyker types.
scrubbing it off the
Slaanesh
screens
is the
for
Dark Prince of
throne
Chaos.
knows
He was
how
pain,
long.
pleasure, excess. Yeah, they do be a bunch of kinky boys, don't they? How did you people survive in here?
Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
Well, we need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping from the warp.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
What must I do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report. Oh, blast it all to the void! Translation is a craft, not something that can be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Oh, please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
I'm ready. Begin the ritual. Ooh, it's got a fun ship captain thing to it. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the warp. Yeah, no time to explain this to you. Just take a seat.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle.
You want to blame for Theodora's death?
I am the beginning and the end, and all that courses in between. I am the voice of the truth that is destined to triumph. For this triumph is the terminal point of every twisted maze of fate.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come.
Oh, weird.
I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live. The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
We are the Lord Captain. Dang.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. And through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
And this, as I get through the dialogue right here, is where I'm gonna save and stop streaming. Well then, your lordship. I guess this is, so a friend of mine said he was annoyed that not everything was voice acted. I think this is what he meant. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy's deputy, while others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. How did we come to lose so many officers? What is on the agenda for this meeting? Have you succeeded in tracking down Voigt Tuvir? Wait, Avalar, this is an altogether more pressing problem. I do not wish to be the rogue trader. I'm ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. How did we come to lose so many? It appears the heretics who were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, which is unsurprising given that their informant on board was our own Master of Whispers. What is on the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and the crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their lord captain. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voitvir? No, lord captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors, but frankly I would not be surprised to hear that we are now 1 shuttle short. I'm afraid it will be some time before he answers for all that he has wrought. Well, I am ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. Yeah, Adeptus Mechanicus with their funky arm things. Amazing. A dozen pair of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention officers, you have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Percival von Valancius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman, whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suri Otter of the Toleman line, our new Voxmaster, probably that one, if I had to guess, although it could be her. Nope, it's her. It is an honor to serve your lordship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Worship the machine spirit, and he shall serve you well. Beside her is Ravor, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. That guy, we remember him. Bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. You see, his ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our high factotum, Janris Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. That guy. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissiah. So we have artillery, the fire guy, and the Omnissiah person. The Furnace Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drive Master offers a salute resembling a dance involving complicated manipulation of all the tech priests' mechadendrites. Thank you. Oh, is that everyone? Unfortunately, our Choir Master, the esteemed Zachary Weiss, head of the Astropath section. What is that? Who is a sanctioned psyker? Is unable to join us. He's in charge of communications with distant star systems. He's been in a trance for some time, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valancius Protectorate and inform them of her passing and Conrad Voitvir's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's project progress as soon as it is possible to do so. All of us present are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make a record of the proceedings. I wish to see the Infernus Master report. Yes, Lord Captain. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factotum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master, and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. High Factotum, what have you to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all the damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There's only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We've lost more than 2,000 crew members. Unfortunately, this number is not confined to scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced. We'll also include trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rika Minorus. However, the planet, the whole system, in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true, giving Kalagos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planet. Drivesmaster, I will hear from you now. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow I must also report that Engine Seer Prime, Overseer and Spiritual Authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement and as soon as possible. I see. Thank you. I actually understood that. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak, the ship's sound, more or less. But without our Engine Seer Prime and Navigator, who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set as so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Your Lordship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. I don't know what that is. An ancient organization of noble mutant families whose genes allow them to safely... Okay, so that might be the perfect person. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. Slightly less shitty news. We can go round and round this system till our heads are swimming as long as the Prometheum and supplies last. And if any thick as rocks shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out. So don't you worry on that score. Yep, I just learned that. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? No. My job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire when I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead. Now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to Void knows where. Silence! Enforcer seizes mutineer. Woo! Yeah. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad. I do humbly apologize on behalf of him. Besides find a replacement for we have one already. Do we stand down, release him? I have no intention of punishing him. He may remain in his post. I'll leave his punishment at your discretion. Ooh. I'm going to defer to Abelard. I think. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. Nope, he's getting whipped. he almost died. To summarize, part of me wanted to do the iconoclast thing, keep him in position and forgive him, but like, I need to be the rogue trader boss, and I also need to show that I depend on my people, while also keeping the people in their positions currently still alive. So I defer to the seneschal to inflict the punishment, but keep the guy alive in his post. So it's like, you're valuable, you have experience, I need you to stay where you are. I can't forgive you for the outburst, but I can have my seneschal deal with you in whatever way he sees fit, because that's smarter in this case. To summarize, we've sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engineer prime and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these 3 immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I cede to the Voxmaster on this point. Mistress Tollerman? We are in the Rykad star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in this system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer. It seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Rykad Minorus itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. Woohoo! Your Lordship, there is one other thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Coronus Expanse. I would be honored to fulfill the Inquisitor's commission. What is it he asked of Theodora? I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You are referring to the contents of that note, I presume. Is that so, and what is the task with which she was entrusted? What if I choose to ignore? 2. You are quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. I like Inquisitors. I'm gonna bend over backwards for him. Just because it's fun. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrichs van Kalklox. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is someone in the system, and we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Football in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult. Will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the Governor of Rykad Minorus, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you. But it's a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the von Valancius Protectorate. Gives another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you'll be able to hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he's about to offer some words of encouragement when something else happens. Oh. Idira, Sister Odgen, to explain yourselves. The Psycha is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the road trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. Absolutely, Cobbles. was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but I can wait. Speak with me when you have time. Daybreak. Oh boy. Adira, come to your sentence. Or maybe it's dawn. Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge, we can talk. She was well served by my whispers. I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. If there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time for us to get to work. Everybody says, yep, sure. Gonna shred the life out of this after the work. Alrighty. And it is at this point that I'm gonna save. And I'm gonna stop streaming. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. I'm just gonna pull up this for now. I will be on tomorrow. We're trying to go to Sisika to visit Runa. We gotta make contact with Nox to give him his daily thing, or his weekly thing, you know. Whatever. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe we'll do Moody after we get that done. Depends on what time it is. Hopefully we can finish it earlier. I don't necessarily want to be online all night long. But yeah. Thanks for hanging, Cobbles, at Sita. Whatever happened to you? Ginger as well was on at some point. And then Card was way back when. This music is pretty epic. Thanks for watching. See some of you tomorrow, hopefully. Have a good one.